So, okay, everyone, now we are going to start with the network interconnecting devices. Network interconnecting devices are those devices with the help of that we use to connect the network. Now, very first device we have learned is the NIC. NIC is the network interface card, or we say that it is the LAN card. With the help of LAN card, we can connect the computers. Now, we have gone through the history of computer in which we have seen that earlier there was one computer and people was very happy. But they used to think that there should be something by which we used to connect the multiple computer. And let us suppose that we are having C1 as the one computer and C2 as another computer. So they thought that they should be connected with some wire, and that wire was very much popular, and that is the Ethernet. So Ethernet cable or the network cable or the LAN cable, that was the name of that cable. And we know that that particular cable is having a connector at the end, and there is some kind of clip is there, and this is called the RJ45 connector. Now this RJ45 connector is connected into one port. That port is very renowned, where we are having two LEDs and some kind of wires are there in which that RJ45 connector is connected. This is called the LAN port or the network port. LAN port, network port, Ethernet port. So these are the name of this port. So if two computers want to connect with each other, then two Ethernet ports are required so that one wire can be connected. So one Ethernet port here, another at this place. Now we know that people are very much greedy. They do not satisfy with one thing. Now they thought, why can't we connect more computer? Let us suppose that this is C1. Now they thought of connecting more computer C2, C3 in this manner. Means two Ethernet cables are there and two LAN ports are connected with C1 and one with C2 and another with C3. We know that the LAN port is the thing by which we get the IP address. Now if we focus on computer 1, you can see that two LAN ports are connected. That means if two LAN ports are connected, computer will be having two IP addresses. So now the question arises, is it possible that two IPs of computer can be there? Yes, it is totally possible. Totally possible that there can be two LAN cards inserted in a computer and there will be two IP addresses. That means we can easily say that one computer can have more than one IP addresses if there are multiple LAN cards inserted. Let us suppose that you have taken the broadband from two companies. One is from Uninet or one is from Sifinet. I am taking a random example. Now these two connections are coming in your computer. Now if you have selected one for the network, it will give you different IP. Then you have opted the other one, after some time it will give you different IP. So your system can have the multiple IPs also. So to connect these three computer, we need 4 LAN cards. Now we know that the people are still want more things. So what they thought? They thought that why not we connect more computers? Let us suppose that this is the computer number 1 and now we want to connect C2, C3, C stands for the computer, C4 and many more computers. And now the option with us is connect the Ethernet cable and take out the multiple LAN cards. So one computer is having multiple LAN card in that case. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 LAN cards are there and then 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8 LAN cards are required and only C1 is having the 4 LAN cards. Now one more question arises that how many LAN cards can be inserted in one computer? A system can have multiple LAN cards and that will depend upon the system, because today we know that the USB LAN cards are also there. So if the USB LAN cards are there, we can connect the multiple LAN cards with the system. So we can insert the multiple LAN cards, but the problem is there, we are increasing the load. So we are increasing the load on one system. And if the load on one system is there, one system can even crash. So that is not practically possible. So this is not the possible solution. That's why we have invented the next device, network interconnecting device, and that device is the hub. And because of that, the hub is invented into the market, which is taking place the same position and give you the more advantage. So now we are going to discuss the hub. So now we are going to learn the next type of network interconnecting devices, and that is hub. Well, there are two categories of hub. One is the passive hub and another is the active hub. Well, first of all, we must know what is the hub. Then afterward, we can discuss the difference between the active and the passive hub. Let us suppose that I am taking one device. Now, this device is having some port. So this is, I am assuming, is the hub. It is having the ports. Let us suppose I am assuming it is the 4 ports is having. Now these ports are the ports which are connecting the RJ45 cable, means these are the network ports. So I can connect 4 Ethernet cables with RJ45 connector and then 4 computers can be easily connected with that. So that is C1, C2, C3 and C4. Now C stands for the computer. So now these 4 computers can be connected with each other with the help of hub. And now these 4 computers are working like a LAN, local area network, because hub is the networking device and it is also the LAN device. So now these computers are into the LAN. LAN means the local area network. Local area network is the network which is having less than 10 kilometer of the range, means if we are connected one building or one office together, that is a LAN. So these 4 computers are now connected together. They can share the data with each other. So this is the advantage of hub, that we can connect the multiple computers together. So now with the help of that, we can connect the four computers. Now we are going to take out the difference between active and the passive hubs. So now we are learning the difference between the passive hub and the active hub. So first I am taking is the passive hub, then I am taking is the active hub. When the passive hub was invented, at that time there was only four ports. But now you can see that there are multiple ports there into the passive hub also. An active hub is having the 8 ports at that time. But this is not true right now. So we can say that the passive hub contain less ports, but the active hub contain more ports. But let me tell you one thing, this ports is not the differentiation between active and passive. There is something very much different. The different is that there is no coupling and there is coupling. Coupling is possible. Now coupling means couple. Couple means joining together. So joining together. I'm taking one more example to make you understand. Now let us suppose that I am having a hub. Now this hub is having, I'm assuming that this is hub 1 and it is having the 4 ports. So that means 4 computers can be connected, C1, C2, C3 and C4. Now if I want to increase the number of computer, that is not possible with the help of the passive hub because coupling is not possible. But let us suppose that human want more port because we know that we are never satisfied. So if we have one more hub, so it is hub 2. Again, let us suppose it is having the 4 ports. It can connect 4 computers. Let us suppose C5, C6, C7 and C8. Now these are also connected. We know that this one is the LAN 1 right now because hub is different and this one is the LAN 2. These are the separate LANs. But I want that these all 8 should be into one particular network. That is not possible with the passive hub. But if I use the active hub, so active hub gives us the option of coupling. Coupling means one wire from hub 2 will be going to hub 1 and connect them. So this is called the coupling. Coupling means I can couple them. Now after coupling, this all will become into one LAN so they can communicate with each other. Now how many ports are there, or I can say that how many computers are there in this network? Now there are 8 computers present in this network. Similarly, if I want the 12 ports or 12 computer I want to connect, then I will couple the 3 hubs in this way. So coupling can take place. So this coupling is only possible into the active hub. Now very easy to understand. In passive hub, there is no active component. Active component means there is no as such component by which we can work. We can work. That means you see we are purchasing the hub from the market and installed it and working with the 4 ports. Because no coupling is there, nothing is required, no programming, nothing. But if I talk about the active hub, then obviously there is coupling, and whenever there is coupling, that means there is some kind of ICs present. then some kind of transistors are present, and if this IC and transistors are present, and these are called the active components. So active components are present because we have to work here. Work here means whenever we are coupling two things, there should be some kind of decision making. And who can do the decision making? Active components like IC and transistor. So active hub also contains such thing. And one very good thing about the active hub is there, that is the repeater is present. The repeater means if signals are lost, then it can be modified, but into the passive hub there is no repeater. So there is no signal booster which is present into the passive hub, but in the active hub it is required, because you see whenever we are going from hub 1 to hub 2, if sometime the signal become lost, then obviously repeaters are present to boost those signal. So if I talk about the problem of passive hub, then the problem of passive hub is there is no coupling, and that problem is resolved with the active hub. But if I talk about the problem with the active hub, then there is the physical connection. That is the major problem with the active hub. Now to understand this physical connection, we should understand what is it. So guys, to understand the physical connection, actually physical connection is more problem in the active hub, but also physical connection is there in the passive hub, but problem is less. You see, the property of hub that all ports are connected with the single wire, and this wire is called the physical connection. Now what is the meaning of that? Physical connection means the single wire. To make you understand about this thing, I'm taking one example. Let us suppose that these are not the ports, these are some kind of plugs. So these are four plugs. This is not hub, this is the multi-board. And there are not four computer, these are the four devices. Let us suppose one is the laptop, one is your fan, one is AC, and one is another charging point. Now these four devices are connected with the sockets. Now what is going through? At your home, you know that every device is having a separate switch. Means if you are going to switch on the power of tube, only tube will on. If you are going to switch off the power of fan, then fan will off. That means fan, tube, bulb, AC, all are having the separate switches. So separate connection is there. But if I talk about this particular diagram, then this is a kind of physical connection, means all are connected. If I switch on, all the appliance will on, means AC will on, fan will on, tube will on, bulb will on. But if I don't want the AC, that is a problem. So to understand this, I am taking one example. Now let us suppose that the C1 computer want to communicate with C3. What will happen? C1 will start transmitting the data with the Ethernet cable which is having and going to the port. Now with this particular wire, the data is going in this manner. So it is the movement of data packets. With the help of arrow I am showing. Let us suppose parallelly at the same time C4 want to communicate with C2, and C4 also started the data sending through its Ethernet cable. Now it is going to the port and the data is moving. You can see that C4 and C1 send it the data at the same time. Now the wire is single, means single connection between all the ports. So what will happen? At that place there will be the collision. So now here the collision will happen, And due to collision, what will be there? We know that it is sending a data. It is sending the data. So if both are collided, then collision means packet loss. So the one problem with the physical connection is that the packet loss. So packet will be lost. Now to overcome with the packet loss, we are having the error correction and the detection policies, or we are having the collision detection and correction policies. And there is one more solution is that retransmission of data. But we know that it is not the case one time. If let us suppose that after some time again C1 and C4 are starting, again collision will happen. So multiple time collision will reduce the efficiency of the network. And one more problem with the physical connection is there, and that is the broadcasting. So broadcasting problem is there also. Now let us suppose that only C1 want to send the data to C3 this time. Nobody else is sending the data. What will happen? C1 started the data sending. Now it is going towards C3, but in between C2 is coming and all are connected. So data is also sent to C2. Although it is sent to C3, the proper destination also it is sent to the C4 also. That means the data cannot be privately accessed between C1 and C3. So that is the problem of broadcasting. Broadcasting means if C1 is sending the data to C3, it is unnecessarily sent to the C2 and C4 as well. So that is the problem of broadcasting also. But this collision and broadcasting is not as such problem with the passive hub. Why? Because there was only 4-5 ports. You know that if 4 people are there in a group, then the problem is less. But why this problem is more emphasized into active hub? Because you see that at this time there are coupling. When the coupling is there, multiple hubs can be connected. If let us suppose that you have connected 3 or 4 hubs, then there are multiple port, and you assume what will happen, more collision will be there. Now how they will work in the coupling, if C1 want to send the data to C6, again there is a physical connection here and here, because physical connection is the major problem with the hub. But as it is increasing, the coupling problem will be more, because more people means more data sending. More data sending means more collision, so more problem. Now I'm just telling you how the data will be sent. So C1 will first of all send the data, and also this data is sent to C2, C3 and C4 as per the broadcasting. It will check that C6 is not there, so it will go out and sending the data with the help of the wire which is set for the coupling. Then now it will come into that network and it will see that it will send to the C6. Also the data is sent to the C5, C7 and C8. So this problem is not yet emphasized, which is the broadcasting problem, because at this time our main task is to increase the number of ports. So at that time we were struggling with the network capacity, means adding more computers. So we have slightly ignored that broadcasting problem. But yeah, when the coupling was there, then this physical connection and broadcasting problem emphasized as more. So the active hub is having the problem of physical connection. Now to remove all these problems, one more network device is invented, that is called the switch.